Let's talk about one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
What is going on, Bulls Nation? So we don't have a game today. It's like the festivities and All-Star Weekend and all that stuff. One good thing, you can't lose if you're not playing. So that's a good news for the Bulls. But we're going to talk about John Wall right after this. All right, Bulls Nation. So I heard reports again that, the Bulls brass, reached out to John Wall's camp. I'm guessing, doing their due diligence of checking in if I'm sure he's available, just to see where he stands, if he's planning to sign in another team. Now, let me make this clear. I wanted the new blood in this Bulls team, regardless who it is. I think we need a jolt because this group is certainly not working, right? Let's be honest here. Anyone, and I mean, I have my preference on who will go first or second in my preference here. But honestly, I want Westbrook first because I think, with his, he still has it, in my opinion. Yeah, and then second would be Patrick Beverley. And maybe, I don't know if I would consider Wallace my third option, or Will Barton. I'm going to talk about him too, or Kevin Love. But for all accounts, it looks like Kevin Love is going to the Heat. So the Bulls, I don't even think they do have a chance. Plus, Kevin Love would want to go to a contender, and that is not the Bulls. However, for somebody like John Wall or Russell Westbrook who's trying to resurrect their career, or even Patrick Beverley to that extent, they can't be too picky, right? Like there's, a plethora of teams. There's not a whole lot of teams that would require their services, and that is John Wall right now. He went to the Clippers thinking, hey, he's going to be the third option and all that stuff. It hasn't really worked. And for all accounts, it feels like John Wall is already washed, right? Like, I mean, hate to say this, he was a good player. He was a great player once. Okay, maybe not great. He was a good player once. But now it seems like he's just fallen out of favors in every team, especially now that he badmouthed, like Houston and DC and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if there's anything left for John Wall for the Bulls. However, could he help the Bulls? I don't even know. I just want to change at this point. I just want, maybe he can bring in a bolt of, energy. I don't know. He can't shoot as well. He's not a good shooter. He's a turnover machine as well. But at this point, I'm willing to try anything. Like those things we already have in the bench. And maybe, just maybe, he plays differently with the Bulls. It doesn't hurt to try. He's not going to break up any chemistry from the Bulls. At this point, just do something. Just do something. He's not my first option. He's not my first option. I don't think he has this kind of place anymore. This highlight reel that we are seeing when he was in Washington, when he went to Houston and the Clippers, there's very few in between that you see glimpses of it. But for the most part, you see the cons of having John Wall on your team. And you can approach it like the Clippers. If he just doesn't work out, which is, the Clippers are totally different eclipse from the Bulls. If it doesn't work out, then just sit him on the bench, send him home. I don't know, do something. But what if he does? Because, again, I'm willing to try anything at this point. What could he bring to the Bulls? Maybe flashes of this. Maybe. Or maybe having teammates, I hate to say this because he just had two of the best, I would say, two-way players out there in Kawhi and George Paul, and it still didn't work out. So it's obviously a downgrade from Kawhi and Paul George to now Zach and DeMar. However, maybe he'll gel more with them. Maybe. This is just me being optimistic here. But really, I mean, I don't even think he should replace Ayo. Maybe he should come to the bench for Ayo. Because with Westbrook, I would say Westbrook should start. If we get Patrick Beverley, I think Ayo should still start. But, his minutes are not going to be as much as it is now. But again, in the point guard position, I want something that maybe Billy could use. Because obviously Ayo ain't it. As much as I love Ayo, he's not working out for Billy. And it's not necessarily Ayo's fault. I think it's Billy's fault that he's not using it in his full potential. Maybe if he lets him, run a play more or so, rather than using him as like a fast break option, like a one-man fast break, that would be better. But we have Billy. That's it. We just have Billy Donovan. And with John Wall, do I wish we get this type of John Wall? Yes. Am I realistic that I know we're not going to get this John Wall? Yes. But I still want to change. I mean, if it all it takes is releasing Tony Bradley and maybe or Goran Dragic, releasing him and trying out John Wall for a few games, see if it works out, see if he ignites a fire, see if there's any change at all to the pace, I'm willing to do that. I'm a desperate Bulls fan. I'm willing to go with a scrub guy if we can't get any better. Like, I mean, Derrick Rose didn't get bought out. I'm hoping it'll be Derrick Rose. With Russell Westbrook, it's not a given because he could go to the Clippers. There's reports that, Patrick Beverley is going to the Nuggets. So I don't know how true is that. But if not, man, give us some jolt. Give us something to be excited about. Give us a little bit. Maybe I'll get excited for John Wall for 2-3 games. I don't know. Maybe he'll show some of his flashes. Maybe he still has some playmaking left in him.